From the heart of Fayetteville to the top of the hip-hop universe, Jermaine Lamar Cole, better known as J. Cole, has crafted one of the most inspiring journeys in modern music. But behind the Grammys, platinum albums, and sold-out tours lies a story even more powerful than the hits. Beyond the spotlight, Cole keeps his family life close to his heart, choosing privacy over publicity. A husband, a father, and a man whose values shape everything he creates. And when he's not crafting timeless music, he's building something bigger, opportunity. This is the story of J. Cole, the artist, the father, the visionary, the man who turned his success into service. But before we dive in, kindly give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Born on a U.S. military base in Frankfurt, Germany, on January 28, 1985, he came into the world as the son of an African-American soldier and a white American mother. When his father walked out, his mom packed up everything they had and brought him and his older brother back to her hometown, Fayetteville, North Carolina. His mother, Kay, did what determined moms do. She held the family together. She kept the lights on, kept food on the table, and, without knowing it, changed her son's entire future when she handed 12-year-old Cole a beat-up, second-hand drum machine. That one gift lit a spark he never shook. He became obsessed. He'd lock himself in his bedroom for hours, filling spiral notebooks with rhymes and teaching himself how to produce beats on a worn-out ASRX sampler. Classmates say he carried stacks of lyric-filled binders the way other kids carried textbooks. While most teens were hanging out after school, Cole was busy building worlds out of words. By graduation, he left high school with two things: a diploma and a fire in his chest to see how far music could really take him. Fayetteville wasn't big enough for that dream, so he aimed higher, New York City. He applied to St. John's University, not for the degree, but for the chance to plant himself right next to hip-hop's heartbeat. In Queens, Cole juggled full-time classes in communications and business, with long, cold nights trying to get his music heard, handing out demo CDs outside Roc Nation's offices no matter the weather. And yes, the stories are true. He once waited for hours in the rain just for the chance to give Jay-Z a beat CD, only for Jay to walk right past him. But instead of breaking him, that moment sharpened his focus. And persistence eventually did what persistence always does. In 2009, Jay-Z finally heard Cole's work and signed him as the very first artist on Roc Nation. From there, the rise wasn't overnight, but it was unstoppable. Born Sinner. Then 2014 Forest Hills Drive. No features, platinum albums, sold-out tours. Cole didn't just make hits, he made albums people lived with. For all the success, all the accolades, all the platinum records, Cole never really left Fayetteville behind. He didn't rush into the fast cars or the Hollywood mansion life. Instead, he quietly bought back his childhood home, the same house his mom lost to foreclosure when he was a teenager, and turned it into a rent-free haven for single mothers. That one move told you everything about who he really is. To Cole, wealth isn't something to show off. It's something you use. As the years went by, his focus shifted. The music stopped chasing chart positions and started chasing truth. Racism, inequality, mental health, the weight of fame. He built Dreamville Records into a home for artists who care more about craft than clout. And even as his career shot into the stratosphere, his personal life stayed incredibly grounded. Which brings us to the home we're about to walk into, a North Carolina retreat that blends luxury with the calm, intentional simplicity only J. Cole could create. When Cole finally decided to plant real roots, he didn't go the obvious route. No neon Miami penthouse, no glass-walled Hollywood Hills statement piece. He chose North Carolina, a spot close enough to Fayetteville that he could still smell the pine trees after a summer rain, yet tucked away with enough privacy that even the boldest paparazzi would think twice. And this place, it's not just a house, it's a message. A 7,505 square foot hideaway that mixes low-key Southern elegance with the kind of top-tier features you'd expect from someone who stayed at the top of rap for more than a decade. Step through the front door and the first thing you feel is the vibe. Open, bright, honest. The floor plan spreads out beneath soaring coffered ceilings and rich custom woodwork. Built-in cabinetry lines the walls, not as a flex, but as a quiet bow to craftsmanship. Sunlight floods in through oversized windows, bouncing off polished floors and turning the whole place into a sanctuary. The dining room? It's built for memories, not just meals. With a custom bar, dual wine fridges, and backlit display cabinets. This is a room that can host everything from a post-Grammys toast to a chill dinner with close friends while the kids race down the hallway. At the center of everything sits the chef's kitchen. Picture a round quartz island that could double as a stage, dual sinks with instant hot water, and the full Wolf Plus Sub-Zero lineup. It's the kind of kitchen where creativity feels unavoidable. Then there's the Master Retreat, pure J. Cole energy. Private, intentional, designed for peace. It has its own entrance, direct access outdoors, and even a built-in coffee and tea station, so mornings can start slow, quiet, and uninterrupted. Step outside and the vibe shifts from zen to resort mode. A custom in-ground pool glows like a blue gem in the backyard, surrounded by a lounge area and a fire pit that looks straight out of a travel magazine. A motorized phantom screen keeps the bugs out without touching the view. And with a full outdoor kitchen, summer cookouts hit a whole different level, like a Food Network set tucked into the Carolina woods. This place has everything, even 3 laundry rooms. One of them doubles as a craft space, complete with a farmhouse sink and a fold-out ironing board. Go up to the 3rd floor and you'll find a workout area, a flex room, and 717 square feet of air-conditioned storage. Yes, storage with AC. And because Cole likes his spaces to be as sharp as his lyrics, the entire home is wired with 14 pairs of in-ceiling speakers, integrated audio, a central vacuum system, and full smart home automation. Parking? He's got a 3-car garage plus a separate bay just for a golf cart, because in North Carolina, that's not just a hobby, that's culture. This isn't just a mansion, it's a fortress, built for creativity, privacy, and family. A place you can disappear into without ever feeling disconnected from the things that matter. And the fact that Cole built all of this right here, where his story began, says everything. But even a home like this can't keep him still forever, which brings us to the other side of Cole's world, the machines that take him from this quiet retreat back into the noise of life, the car collection. Every car Cole owns tells a story. Some whisper luxury, some carry nostalgia, and one roars. The Bentley Bentayga Deluxe, the gentleman's throne. If luxury SUVs had a royal family, the Bentayga would wear the crown. Worth over $200,000, it's a ride where the leather smells freshly stitched and the cabin is quieter than a recording booth. But Cole doesn't use it to roll up on red carpets. He uses it to melt into comfort while cruising down Carolina back roads. The Oldsmobile Cutlass, pure nostalgia on wheels. Boxy, old school, unapologetically 80s. Not the kind of car you'd find on auction blocks, but the kind you'd find in the heart of someone who remembers where they came from. Cole has been spotted driving it with the windows down and the music low, like he's not driving through traffic. He's driving through memories. He once said cars like this remind him of Fayetteville, the neighbors who kept their rides spotless, even when the paint was peeling. The Cutlass isn't just a car to him, it's heritage in motion. And in classic J. Cole fashion, he traded his Range Rover for a bicycle, not a high-end racing bike, just a solid, everyday two-wheeler. No publicity stunt, just a shift in lifestyle. He loves how biking slows the world down, makes you notice what you usually speed past. In a culture obsessed with horsepower, choosing pedals might be the most rebellious, humble move possible. And then there's the crown jewel, the Bugatti Veyron, a $1.9 million masterpiece. For most people, seeing one is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For Cole, it's a rare indulgence in a life that's otherwise stripped of flash. This 1,200 horsepower beast doesn't just accelerate, it detonates forward. He only takes it out on private roads, and never for attention. But those who've ridden with him say the moment he shifts into second gear, the world outside dissolves into a blur. It's not about speed. It's about owning something powerful enough to speak for itself, without him having to say a thing. And whenever he's not behind the wheel, Cole's focus snaps right back to the thing that started this whole journey, the music, which is exactly where our story turns next. Net worth and income streams. For a man who never flaunts his money, J. Cole's financial foundation is rock solid, built with the same patience, discipline, and long game mentality that shaped his career. His net worth is estimated at over $60 million, though the exact number is tough to pin down. And that's no accident. Cole is famously private. Just like his lyrics, his business moves are intentional, quiet, and often happening long before anyone notices. Cole's biggest moneymaker is still his music. With multiple platinum albums, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, KOD, The Off-Season, his catalog pulls in millions every year from streaming alone. Sure, platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube pay pennies per play. But when your songs rack up billions of streams, those pennies stack into skyscrapers. Add vinyl sales, deluxe releases, and digital downloads. And his music continues earning even during years when he doesn't drop an album. Touring is where Cole turns income into serious income. His shows sell out arenas across North America, Europe, and beyond. One arena night can pull six figures, sometimes pushing close to $1 million depending on the venue and ticket tiers. But what sets him apart? He keeps production clean, not bare bones, just intentional. No unnecessary explosions or circus acts. That means lower overhead and higher profit. His COD tour in 2019 and the off-season tour in 2021 prove that you don't need gimmicks when you've got a message, a mic, and a crowd that knows every word. Cole's entrepreneurial side shines through Dreamville Records, the label he co-founded in 2007. Home to artists like JID, Bass, Ari Lennox, and Earth Gang, Dreamville isn't just a label, it's a culture, a movement. It brings in revenue from album sales, streaming royalties, licensing deals, merch drops, and collaborative projects. And then there's the Dreamville Festival, now a multi-million-dollar annual event that pulls in tens of thousands of fans to Raleigh, North Carolina. Beyond the huge cultural impact, the financial returns are major. Unlike so many celebrities, J. Cole isn't out here slapping his name on every product that will cut a check. When he does team up with a brand, it's intentional, and it actually means something. His work with Puma, especially the RS Dreamer basketball sneaker, was a hit both commercially and culturally. And any merch tied to his albums or the Dreamville brand, it usually sells out in hours. Limited runs mean fans scramble to get it, and resale prices shoot up fast. Even his lyricism pays dividends in unexpected ways. His songwriting credits, for his own tracks and for others, bring in steady publishing royalties. His music appears in commercials, documentaries, and TV shows, each placement adding licensing money to the pile. He's not out here aggressively chasing sync deals, but when they happen, they hit big. But here's what truly sets Cole apart. His wealth grows because he doesn't spend like a typical celebrity. He once traded his Range Rover for a simple bicycle. His wardrobe stays low-key. He's not dripping in designer logos or mansion hopping for attention. And that mindset, keeping things simple, lets his wealth compound instead of drain. And that brings us to one of the most defining parts of his story, what he gives back: philanthropy. For J. Cole, giving back isn't a PR moment. It's not a headline grab. It's a steady, quiet commitment woven into his life as tightly as the words in his verses. In 2011, he launched the Dreamville Foundation in Fayetteville, North Carolina, the same town that raised him. His mission? Ambitious, but straightforward. Close the opportunity gap for underprivileged youth. And this isn't just about cutting checks. The foundation creates real programs that tackle real barriers: lack of education access, missing mentorship, financial insecurity. Over the years, the Dreamville Foundation has provided over $2 million in scholarships to high school and college students from underserved communities. And Cole doesn't just hand out tuition money and walk away. Many scholarship recipients also get mentorship, career guidance, and networking opportunities. It's Cole's way of making sure a kid's future isn't determined by their zip code or family income. But he doesn't stop at education. Through a dedicated venture capital initiative, Cole invests in minority-owned businesses, especially those in Black and brown communities. These aren't charity checks. They're designed to spark long-term economic growth, job creation, and real empowerment. Cole believes the strongest change comes when communities build their own wealth. When Hurricane Florence hit in 2018 and devastated Fayetteville, Cole and the Dreamville Foundation were among the first to respond. They funded food pantries, temporary housing, and emergency supplies. They partnered with local organizations to make sure help reached the families who were falling through the cracks. That same year, Cole donated $10,000 to Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, a Baltimore-based group fighting for Black communities through policy change. It was part of Colin Kaepernick's $1 million pledge, placing Cole shoulder to shoulder with a broader movement pushing for systemic justice. And then there are the personal moments, quiet, unpublicized, deeply human. Like his bond with Sierra Basarge, a fan who survived a traumatic childhood. He promised he'd attend her high school graduation. He showed up. Then he promised he'd attend her college graduation. He showed up again. In 2015, he visited a young fan battling cancer, spending time with her privately, no cameras, no press. These moments don't make him richer. They don't make headlines for long, but they're the moments people remember most. Because J. Cole's generosity, like everything else about him, is understated but powerful. You won't see J. Cole hosting flashy charity galas with his name plastered in gold or teasing big announcements on Instagram. His giving mirrors his music, quiet, intentional, and built on substance rather than spectacle. And that leads us to another side of J. Cole, one fans rarely get to see. Away from the stage lights, Cole lives life on his own terms, building his personal world with the same care and discipline he puts into his career. His love story with Melissa He-Holt began long before the platinum plaques and arena tours. They met back at St. John's University in New York, two students crossing paths with no idea where those paths would eventually lead. Melissa, who later became the executive director of the Dreamville Foundation, has been his partner not just in love, but in purpose. Their relationship grew quietly, intentionally, and far from the noise of celebrity culture. Even their marriage stayed under wraps until rumors forced Cole to confirm it. In a rare 2018 interview, Cole revealed they had welcomed a son. Then during the Revenge of the Dreamers 3 rollout in 2019, he casually mentioned they were expecting a second. Soon after, they quietly welcomed another little boy into the family. In an industry where personal drama becomes entertainment, Cole's refusal to parade his family in public has become part of his identity. No family photos on Instagram, no red carpet couple appearances, no interviews about his children. For many fans, that privacy only deepens their respect. Proof you can be famous without turning your home into a reality show. But even with Cole's near impenetrable privacy, controversy has still managed to find him. One of the most talked about moments in his career went down at a 2013 MTV VMAs after party in New York. According to reports, tensions erupted when Diddy confronted Kendrick Lamar over a lyric Kendrick had dropped. Things escalated fast. Diddy allegedly tried to pour a drink on Kendrick. Cole stepped in, and suddenly words were flying, shoves were thrown, and security had to break it up. For months, rumors swirled about a Cole-Diddy feud, but by the end of the year, both men shut it down publicly. And in hip-hop, where grudges can stretch for decades, that kind of quick peace was rare. Cole has also weathered his share of lyrical storms. His track Everybody Dies stirred backlash from fans who believed he was taking shots at younger rappers like Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Yachty, though he never confirmed any targets. Then came False Prophets, a song that many listeners interpreted as a critique of Kanye West. Cole kept quiet, but the speculation alone ignited debates across rap circles. Another rumored feud bubbled up with Lil Pump in 2018. What started as subtle online jabs turned into a full-on narrative pushed by fans. But in May 2019, the two sat down together for a surprisingly chill interview, laughing, talking through their differences, and showing the world the beef wasn't much of a beef at all. Through all of it, the rumors, the headlines, the occasional confrontation, J. Cole has managed to hold on to who he is at his core. His lifestyle isn't about chasing trends or feeding drama. He's the kind of guy you'll catch riding a bike through New York, running errands by himself, or vanishing into the studio for months without dropping a single social media post. It's a balance almost no celebrity pulls off, staying relevant without being everywhere, staying grounded while living a life most artists only dream about. And that balance becomes even more impressive when you step back and look at the whole journey, the music, the fame, the success, and the man quietly steering it all. Thanks for joining and take a deep dive into J. Cole's world. If you enjoyed the ride, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. See you soon.